everybody. I hope you're having a great evening. I should leave this kind of short. Okay. Well, it feels crazy that I'm up here tonight speaking to all of you at our graduation. Most of us have been part of this program since 7th grade, 5 hours a week for 30 weeks a year for 6 years is a lot of time. In fact, it's 54,000 minutes, or approximately 3,240,000 seconds. That means that collectively, as a class, we've blinked about 20,080,000 times at each other.
Come on.
Hopefully, not too many of those were blank, confused stares at the board, but what matters is that we've made it. We worked our way from logic all the way to linear algebra, and we've grown a lot, I think, over the past couple of years. I remember my very first day in the program. We were young, nerdy, excited, and probably, if you guys were anything like me, a little bit nervous. But, so the very first day, I remember Mr. O'Malley, there was a problem that he asked us to solve. I believe it was why are even numbers, or explain why even numbers will always be divisible by 2. And so I put together this solution. I was really proud of it. It's something simple with tallies, and so I was happy with it, so I decided to go up and present. So I went up to the board and I presented my solution. And looking back, it was ridiculously simple, and in a little bit I was about to realize exactly how simple it was, because then Eddie offered to go put his solution up to the board, And so Eddie goes up to the board, and he starts talking about these things, logic gates, and no one has any idea what he's talking about. And he, for maybe 5 minutes, Eddie's up there trying to explain to us what logic gates are and what his solution is. And no one knows what he's talking about. I don't think he even finished his explanation because we were all so confused. By the end, we don't even know if he knew what he was talking about. But I'm not up here to poke fun at Eddie or single him out. I'm just trying to get across the impression that I got, the feeling that I got that very first day. I realized that I was surrounded by intelligent, talented young kids that were really going to push myself to become better over the next 6 years. And that I had finally found a community full of people as nerdy and as mathy as I was. I think that not only, I know that we've all taken a lot from this program in terms of knowledge and math and learning, but I think that we've also benefited a lot in this community of similarly minded individuals. Of course, we're all different, each wonderful in our own nerdy way, but the skills that we have that got us into the program and got us here to today are things that we all have in common, and I think that they've really bound us together over the past 6 years. Like I mentioned before, when the class first started GMP, we were all gangly 7th graders right in the throes of puberty. We had braces, we had bangs, we used trigonometry to make inappropriate jokes, and we mispronounced modus ponens as modus penans. and we were generally impish, Over the years, we've still had our shares of adventures and mishaps, trying and failing to guess Mr. Montante's middle name, which we hope you'll let us know at the end of graduation. Having many heart attacks every time Josh sneezed. Giving actual small potatoes to Dr. Mihai. Going on trips with Dr. Tu to get snacks during break, and many more. But we've also grown a lot, We may still be facetious nerds, but now we're facetious nerds that are headed to Berkeley and UPenn and MIT and Northeastern and Canisius and UB and more wonderful schools than I can list. And I know that we have to give credit to that for the GMP teachers. They were here every Monday and Wednesday night, dealing with often restless middle and high schoolers, and they still managed to teach us, evening after evening. Our first year, we had Mr. O'Malley, Miss Strassi. I can still remember those little blue and yellow cubes. I actually still have one on my desk. I apologize, I never gave it back. Then the following year we had Mr. McLaughlin and Ms. Nutaki, where I made some of my best friends, and I think as a class we definitely started to get to know each other really well. The following year we had Mr. Montante and Miss Merrill, and I'll never forget the fun I had listening to Mr. Montante's stories, and Miss Merrill cracked jokes. I think it made the difficult nights of math a lot more fun, and it made me look forward to every night of GMP. The following year we had Miss Martin and Dr. H, and the classes were definitely getting smaller. I think we started to lose a lot of people, but we definitely started to get closer as well. I think that year was really a turning point for us as a class. And then last year we were finally in one room with Dr. Mihai, and calculus was no small potato, but Dr. Mihai was fun by telling us to let the boy get the girl, or reminding us that trigonometry in the right triangle is beautiful. He made the class entertaining and engaging. This year we had Dr. T, who would try to ease the pain caused by constant confusion from linear algebra with pizza, jokes about fish and policemen, and break time trips to CVS. Without these teachers, I know GMP wouldn't have been the same, and I know we wouldn't be the people we are today. And so I'd like to thank them for all of their time, care, and hard work. As we look now to the future, I hope that these memories will bring us fondness and joy in times of stress. We're all headed out to a new chapter in our lives, and it's unlikely that the people that these past 6 years have cultivated will be the same people graduating from a school or program 4 years from now. I know that the person I was 6 years ago would not believe the accomplishments that I've made today, but this isn't about me, it's about this whole class. We all have great potential, and I know it's cliche, but it's true. We may joke about procrastinating, or slacking, or worshiping Slater, the truth is that none of us would be here today if we didn't have that special something inside of us. I urge you all to live your life over the past couple of years with passion and with vigor, and I know that if we do, we will do great things, and I honestly look forward to hearing about all of them. Thank you all for an amazing 6 years at GMP, and please keep in touch. Thank you.